2016, one of the best vintages of our lifetime. I remember tasting the 16s from barrel when we returned to Piemonte from our time in California. And the 2016s, they were already super fragrant, very open, very gentle, already in barrel. 2016 is a classic vintage, which is amazing now and will also last for many, many decades. 2010, another very classic vintage, one of the most highly rated from wine scores. Not that we really care about wine scores, but it was a pretty mild year. A big snowfall gave a lot of water to the vines. Spring was cool and summer was slightly below average temperatures, and harvest was also a little bit later, just like in 2016. Another great vintage. 1989. You can tell when a vintage is exceptional when you can still remember many years after what the wines was like. This is one of the best vintages ever for me. I vividly remember at least 3 wines from 1989 that I tasted over the years. 1989 was a big vintage with big temperature shifts during the summer. The wines are rich, structured, and complex. 1971. One of my 2 favorites of the 70s next to 1974. The weather was wet during the spring and hot during the summer, making wines that are pretty good for aging. These wines are already 50 plus years old now, so we are venturing into treacherous territory. This means that only perfectly stored bottle will still be drinkable, and we know where to find them, don't worry. The bottles that are still okay will give you an amazing experience. The last of the 5 vintages that we picked is the mighty 1964. This one is famous for several reasons. A lot of producers in the Barolo and the Barbaresco area bottled their first labeled Barolo in the 60s. Also thanks to the very favorable growing conditions in 1961 and 1964. 1964 was a warm year with a late harvest. Unfortunately, all the wines from 1960s that I've had were already on their older side.